wall art decor ideas and just seeking inspiration for different ways that you can fill big blank wall space, then you are in the right place. Hey, I'm Allie, and welcome to Fab Little Dish, your cozy little nook for all things home decor, inspiration, tips and tricks, styling ideas, thrifted finds. So much fun coziness goes on here in this space. Make sure to hit subscribe if you already haven't, because we would love to have you in our cozy little family. I'm really excited to have you all here today because I love decorating my walls. And if you have seen any of my other Decorate With Me videos, and especially my home tour of my cottage style apartment, please make sure to watch those if you already haven't. I link them below. And I have clearly embraced the maximalist wall decor style in my home. But whether you are a maximalist like myself or a minimalist, there are definitely tips and tricks in here that everyone can pick and pull from so that you can have beautiful, elegant, high-end looking walls on the cheap, on a budget, and it's all DIY and it's all fun. This is the time where you need to plaster your personality on your walls and really express yourself. So these are really just going to be guidelines, but truly your wall art decor from these tips, it's going to shape itself. So let your character come out, whatever feels right and natural. But these are just some good general big tips to get you started in the right place to fill your blank wall space at home. First idea is the gallery wall. So this is my favorite way to fill blank space, especially on a big living room wall. And it's just such a versatile and impactful way to really fill some space. So you can do floor to ceiling oil paintings like I have done behind me in my living room. It's very Victorian, very cottage style, and it is very classic, I feel. And you can also do little collections of gallery walls. I have those throughout my spaces in each room. I even have a little collection in my living room, and it kind of is more travel focused, and you can put photos and little trinkets and printed artwork from digital files, which, by the way, are going to be on the Fab Little Dish online store that is going to be launching this summer. I cannot wait to bring that to you. There's going to be so many really awesome files on there, many of which that you see framed in my home. So it's very French inspired, Victorian, all of that jazz, lots of portraits. You can do a whole portrait wall. That's actually something I really want to do. And I'm gonna do that with my digital prints when they are all ready. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss when our online store is gonna launch. It's gonna be awesome. But back to the tips and ideas and tricks for wall art decor ideas. The gallery wall is just the ultimate statement piece. It is something that is very European, and I absolutely adore it. And I'm glad that it is really a trend that has never really gone anywhere. So gallery walls are a very maximalist idea, but you can again take what you want from it and you can make it as overdone as you want in a great way, or you can keep it kind of calmer. And I think what really is essential is keeping the space between your paintings or whatever you're hanging up on your gallery wall even. You don't want the spacing to be completely off and different from each other, because then you're not gonna really know where to focus. And I used to always hear that it was good to start with a big center focal piece and then work from there. But I think even if you just cluster them all together, this was supposed to be behind me, one big centerpiece, and then everything just kind of clustered. And I remember I was in a really cool bookstore in LA, and they had floor to ceiling just artwork, all kinds of oil paintings and all different kinds, not just landscapes. They had portraits mixed in, flowers, cats. It was really cool and such an eclectic beauty, and I couldn't take my eyes off of it. And that's what inspired this in my living room, and just all of the Victorian floor-to-ceiling artwork that you see in those spaces as well. So that is my big favorite tip, the gallery wall. A distinctive feature of Victorian gallery walls was the practice of filling them from the very top down with paintings and other artworks. This approach created a sense of abundance and grandeur, emphasizing the height of the room and drawing the eye upward. I'm very appreciative that my 1930s apartment building has very high ceilings, so my ceilings allow me to really create this effect, and that was my first thing I wanted to accomplish here when redoing this wall, was raising all of the artwork up so it was all leveled and really brought your eyes up. Next one is to add fabric to your walls. Fabric is such a great way to add warmth and really give a pop of color or make a statement in a room. So you can use fabric as wallpaper entirely. You can completely cover a wall with a really pretty few yards of fabric, whatever your cottage style is. I actually got my fabric that is in here from a thrift store, and it was 10 yards of fabric for $10. you can't beat that. So go to estate sales, thrift stores. There's a lot of fabric that I see, nice fabric at estate sales. If you really look for it, you can find some great deals on fabric. Or you can even do wainscoting with fabric on your walls, as I did here, and it's really cool. I just used the fabric that I got from a thrift store. It was $1 a yard, and it was 10 yards of this lovely fabric that I used entirely in my living room. And it really gives the statement that I need, and all I did was just tack it in, and I used a sticky border from Temu that I used all around my apartment. It was a huge roll that lasted a while, and it came together so nicely. And the reason why I wanted to put it in the living room is because I have a Victorian cottage theme in my living room, so I didn't want it too dark in my own personal style. I want to keep things light because I am in a small space, and that makes the room appear larger, so do big mirrors. And I wanted to lighten things up, and I also wanted to really give a splash of that cottage style vibe, and I really feel that this print did it. As soon as I saw it, I knew it had to go in here somewhere, somehow. And I love the way it turned out, and I think it complements the rest of my Victorian flair in here really well. And you can also do tapestries, of course. Tapestries are huge. They're so popular right now. They've always been popular, I feel, but I just see them more and more recently. And I found some really cool ones at our local church rummage sale. So it was very random that I stumbled across mine, but I did have this large one that I have had for years in my living room, and it's got a beautiful frame, and I keep it out all year round. So it almost looks like I have two different fabric patterns in here, but it's not. It's my big tapestry that's almost too big for me to hang on the wall. And I like to just kind of go with that floor to ceiling effect, so I leave it kind of tucked behind my Anthropologie mirror here, and I think it looks really nice. So you can use it to completely make a statement. You can use it to take over a wall. This is a really easy way to fill up blank wall space. And it's really cool also if you put paintings on top of it, because it just, all the textures and layered on top of each other just create a really dreamy, whimsical effect, I feel. And it's all about the whimsy. So that is definitely a really great one, is putting fabrics on your walls. And speaking of wainscoting, that is my next tip. And it is such an inexpensive way to make your walls and your space look high-end. It is such a great DIY project to really elevate the look of a space, and you can do it the traditional way with the planks of wood from Home Depot and nailing them into the wall to create the paneling effect, and then painting it all the same color or different colors if you want. But you can also do it the easy and fast way, which is what I have done here. And I got some sticky wallpaper from Amazon and some sticky border from Temu, and this was also the same roll that I used for the living room, and it didn't take me long at all to do this. It is such a fun, easy, simple way to fill up your space. I have really high ceilings. They're 13.5 feet about, and this was such a good way for me to fill a lot of my wall space. I even did it in the hallway. And I've also heard of this going up to 1/3 of your wall rule, but I would do whatever feels right and whatever looks like it feels right. So I definitely would kind of go with your heart on that one, and I've seen all kinds of different levels of where you do the wainscoting up to. I kept it the same in the room. That is my one tip, is you want to keep it the same level in one single space, but they don't have to be exactly the same in every space. So wainscoting is such an easy one. It's inexpensive, and like I said, you can use, from the last tip, fabric, but I really preferred doing it with the wallpaper. And it's fun. I loved stickers as a kid, and I don't know if it reminds me of that or whatnot, but this is the quick and easy way to fill some wall space. And especially if you want to make it cottage style, look for some cute pastels, florals, anything that complements your look, and you will be good to go. We're gonna be adding some lovely, elegant, vintage-inspired wallpaper that looks like it would fit right into the Palace of Versailles. I purchased many of the materials that we're gonna be using today from Amazon, so I'll be sure to link below in the description where I got everything. I found this beautiful wallpaper on Amazon, and let me tell you, it is a game changer. It's super easy to apply and it sticks like a dream. I was even able to lift it up and reapply it, so I know it'll come off the walls nicely when I'm done with it. So I'm in the process of wainscoting this wall where the lower third of the wall will have this paper, and then I'm going to be adding a border once I'm done sticking the paper to the wall. You really have to do this slowly and keep smoothing out the paper to avoid air bubbles. However, this building has survived some crazy Bay Area earthquakes over the years since it has been around since 1931. That's when my apartment building was built. So the wall isn't very even and does have some cracks, but I just think that that gives it more character. Next on the agenda is the wainscoting itself. I'm adding a border that I purchased from Temu, and I love the color of this with the wallpaper. It's wide, it's regal, and it's the perfect finishing touch for my French-inspired bedroom walls. Then I moved on to the wall that is by the entry into my bedroom, since this is a focal point in the room. This was such a fun DIY, and it really didn't even take me that long. I used about half of a roll of the border for the wainscoting part, that brown border, and I used one entire roll of the wallpaper, which was about a 9-foot long roll. So just to give you an idea of the materials I used and how much of it I needed, it was kind of a lot, but it was just enough to make me comfortable with what I needed to actually get the full effect here. Gosh, I said that gallery walls were my favorite idea, but I think this one might actually be my favorite. It is to hang decorative plates. I love hanging decorative plates and dishes, and you don't just have to do plates, you can do serving platters, you can do really cute bowls that don't have maybe a lot of depth to them, but there's just so much stuff that you can do. This is such a cottage style tip, and I love it. It's really English countryside and, you know, French cottage. There's so many different cottage styles, but hanging plates is so cottage-like and cozy, and it really creates warmth, and it's such a great way to bring in colors and patterns into your space, and I just love them. They're so shabby chic, and you can even do a decorative plate gallery wall. That is fun. I kind of have a mini one going on here, and it's all kind of shabby chic themed. I love hanging plates on the walls. I mean, this is Fab Little Dish, so you know I love dishes. And also when the store's ready, I'm going to be selling different plate collections, and you can just kind of buy your own gallery wall all in one fell swoop. So that'll be really fun to showcase to you all. I'm in the process of collecting everything and getting it all up on there and curating everything, but I love shopping for plates, and you can never have too many, and you don't just have to eat with them. You definitely should fill some of your wall space with them. The plates are such a great way to add vintage charm to your space as well. You really can find them really nice ones too if you hunt at estate sales, and I always get great plates at estate sales. And you have to think, people collected these for years and they're being sold, so they're definitely worth going after and looking there first, I'd say. But plates are everywhere. They're at Goodwill, you can get them at any thrift store, yard sales too, but I have best luck with my high quality, most unique looking plates consistently, definitely estate sales. So that is my big tip for how to get those on the cheap. Next, we're hanging up some plates, and these really added to the cottage, cozy, shabby chic vibe that I was aiming for in this room. I have collected these beauties from estate sales and thrift stores, and they're adding a whole lot of personality to our walls. It's like a little gallery of memories right in my bedroom. I select colors that go well with each other, as well as the other elements that the plates are going to be near, like this artwork or just any knickknacks or any kind of color scheme that's going on. You want the plates to just blend in with that. And this really helps to create a cohesive look where everything beautifully comes together. And my next one are candle wall sconces. These add such a warmth and whimsy glow to any space, making it just look so cozy and cottage-like. And you can get wall sconces, candle wall sconces anywhere. I like to get them at estate sales. They're usually just hanging up on the walls wherever they've been, probably displayed for years. And that's where I got, not these ones I got from Goodwill. So you can get them anywhere, and you just kind of have to have an eye for them. And I spray paint them a lot of times. This I didn't because it was already very gold, but I also have some really cool metal, almost ribbon-like ones in my bedroom. I have so many different kinds. I have wood ones in my cottage court kitchen. I love candle wall sconces, and these are really fun candles that I have from Amazon, and they're actual wax, and they have this really fun twisty design, and the colors that they come in, I just think it really gives good dimension to the actual candle wall sconces themselves. So I love it. I have a remote that I just go around and click on and off, and all of them turn off before we go to bed. So I love these. They're such a fun way to fill a blank white space. They're really great too to frame a painting or a big piece of art or a gallery wall. You can incorporate them in there as well. A lot of these tips can be blended with each other, but I'm just kind of focusing on specific core elements that I think will really help you fill your blank wall spaces at home. love this next one too, and it is to make the walls your art itself. And I have to stand in my bedroom in order to explain what that is, because that means a few different things. So my door behind me, for example, I used these really inexpensive wood cutouts from Amazon, and I spray painted them gold, and I created a border. It just really made the door pop, and it complemented the other gold accents that I did in my French inspired bedroom. Make sure to check that video out if you already haven't. And I also have tips and tricks too for it. And this was just such a really fun thing to do, and this tip and idea just evolved in my bedroom. So I have wallpaper that is actually above my bed, and that is what I mean by making the wall your art. And I didn't just cover the wall, I actually made that wall itself into a collection, into a piece of art with things surrounding it, so that it wasn't all the wallpaper. So it's just really complementing everything else. But these gold wood accents that I kind of have everywhere, that is so French inspired, and I wish honestly I could have so many more of them in here, but one day. And I also printed out some of my really cool digital file artwork that I'm going to be putting on the website. That is actually on the wall with some of my extra gold bordering that I had left over from doing my walls. You can also get art printed on a canvas, and that's what I did in my bedroom also. And I put a border around it, so it's actually stuck on the wall itself. I made my wall the art itself. So that's really what I mean. Adorn your wall with accents and accessories to your other elements that you're incorporating, like how this picks up on my gold frames in my bedroom, and it complements the colors of the wainscoting too. So I just love it. And I also really love the newest addition I did here that also is right on par with this theme. Years ago, went to the Palace of Versailles and saw Marie Antoinette's gorgeous bedroom. I noticed that there was like a mint colored blue wood accent trim on the walls with the gold, and it just really stood out to me, and I remembered it and wanted to just have a touch of that in some way, which I did with the blue painted wood accents as corners of a piece of wall art. I had some really pretty damask wallpaper, pink, and I put that as almost little panels in my bedroom. And there's some old vintage drawings of French artists of how they were designing bedrooms. So I have that up here, and it is surrounded by the gold border and also a pop of color where I painted those wood accents a light blue instead of the gold, just to add a different effect and give just some more dimension to the room. And it picks up on colors within the artwork itself too. So I love how it all comes together. I really think the pinks up there too on the wallpaper in those panels pick up on my furniture, my vanity table right here, and just the other pinks that I have throughout, because that is a very present color in this space. All of these different accents really elevate the space, I feel, and it's something that you can completely overdo if you would like, in a good way. And it's just something too, if you want to have a few different elements and pieces to have on your wall, like if you just wanted to have a printed piece of art and just have a frame around it and have that actually on the wall itself. That is very French inspired and gorgeous and elegant. So it's really however you want to do it, but having those accents are definitely a must. Now we're getting into the big DIY of the video and really creating French borders and mimicking almost French paneling in your bedroom. All of the materials that I used again are from Amazon, so those are linked below, but I did find this gorgeous white and gold molding with ornate raised detail, and it peels and sticks, and it sticks real good on the walls. I loved how much confidence I had that this is staying up there. And I also layered on a skinny bright gold border to make each panel pop. In a lot of the reviews on the skinny gold border, people had put them on their cabinet doors, and it's a really great product. So I got a huge roll of it, and I plan on using it for other future DIYs. I even gilded the doors. That's right, every inch of this room is dripping in elegance from floor to ceiling. It's the little details like these that tie the whole room together, creating a cohesive and luxurious atmosphere that's truly one of a kind. Back in the day, gilding was all the rage among the elite. It was a way to show off wealth and status, adding a touch of opulence to even the simplest of spaces. Inspired by the lavish decor of the Gilded Age, I wanted to bring that same sense of luxury into our bedroom. It's really a nod to the grandeur of yesteryears, a reminder of a time when every detail in a home was a reflection of wealth and sophistication, and I just love having a little piece of it in my own. I love the print of this wallpaper I used as the background here for the panel, which is a green version of the same wallpaper that I did for my wainscoting below. I also used the white and gold molding border and stuck it all the way around, and I even added a print above the panel, and it's a print of a lovely portrait, and it kind of just looks like it was painted on the wall with the molding put around it. So it just really added a touch of elegance up there, and sophistication really goes with the whole light academia theme. And I even added a little gold shelf that I purchased at Goodwill and hung it right in the middle of the panel that I created. thought I'd close things off amidst my gallery wall, my favorite paintings and collections. So I hope you really enjoyed all of these tips and ideas and all the different things that you can do to fill your blank wall space, especially big walls, living room walls, whatever. I hope this video gave you lots of different creative inspiration for how you can fill your blank wall spaces at home. Let me know in the comments what your favorite ideas were, or any of the shots in my own cottage style wall decor, any of those spaces and collections that really stood out to you that you enjoyed the most. And make sure to hit like and subscribe if you love this video, and share with other friends who might love these ideas and are looking for different ways to fill their blank wall space at home. Thanks again for joining, and until next time, my friends, you take care and you stay lovely. Ciao.